Hello students, how are you? This is Swapna, Mathematics faculty from EDUHUNT IIT and NEET Academy. I hope everybody are doing well. Right. So in the last session, what we have discussed, do you remember? Yes, it's absolutely correct. We have discussed about the worksheet 3 problems. Up to 8th problem was done in the coordinate geometry. Let's begin our session with a new concept and let's begin our session with a great energy and we will solve the remaining problems in this worksheet. Let's start. Here we have a 9th question. Find the point which divides the line segment joining 3, 4 and minus 6, 2 externally in the ratio 3:2. So what did they ask you in the question? See, find the point. Just wait a minute. Yeah. Find the point which divides the line segment. So let me take, this is my line segment. Okay. Right. Joining 3, 4. So what is the first point? 3, 4 and minus 6, 2 externally in the ratio. So I have to take my point, my particular point P externally. Let me take these 2 points A and B. I will address these 2 points as A and B and let me take my particular point P. This particular point P I need to find out. This divides P, this point P divides externally AB line segment. Okay, right. So they have given the ratio also which is in the form of 3:2. Correct? M:2N is 3:2. Right. If a particularly point P divides any line segment AB, then externally, then we have a formula. Right. Just write down the formula. What is the formula? Mx2 minus Nx1 by M minus N. Right. Similarly, we also have My2 minus Ny1 by M minus N. Correct? This is externally formula. Right? This is externally formula. So what is M:2N? Let me write all this. What is given? M:2N we have. What is M:2N we have? 3:2. And what is x1 comma y1? x1 comma y1 is 3, 4. And x2 comma y2 is, what is x2 comma y2? Minus 6, 2. Right. So I have written whatever the points which are given in the question. Right. Let's begin the problem. Just simply we have to substitute in this. It's very simple, right? So what is M? M is given as 3:2. So let me substitute all the values of M and N. 3 minus 2. This is 3 minus 2. 3 into 2 bracket open. 3 minus 2. I always get habituated to write this in this format first to avoid confusions. So first I will substitute M and N values in the given formula. Now simply I will substitute x1, y1 and x2, y2. What is x1 and y1? 3, 4. x2, y2 is minus 6, 2. What is x2 here? First I have to substitute x2. Minus 6. Correct? x2 is minus 6. What is x1 here? 3. What is x1? 3. Right. So what is y2 here? Tell me. 2. What is y1 here? It's 4. So now simplify this. Plus 3 into minus 6, which is minus 18. This is minus 6 divided by 3 minus 2 is 1. And this is 6 minus 8 by 1. Correct. So minus 18 minus 6. What is the answer? It's minus 24. Next, 6 minus 8 is minus 2. Correct. So what is the answer from this? It's option A. It's option A. Have a glance of the problem. Just look the problem in 1 minute so that we'll be getting back to next question. Done with this? Chalo. We'll be getting back to next question. Here comes the next question. So what is my next question? See here, the point of trisection of the line joining the point 3, minus 2 and minus 3, minus 4. Here in this question, they used a word called trisection, points of trisection. So where do you will get the points of trisection? Let us consider any line segment. Let me take A and B are the points of this line segment. So when you will get three equal parts, when you have to take P, Q, any other 2 points. Now see how many parts we have. This is first part, second part, third part. Then what do you mean by trisection? Trisection means dividing. Already I have explained you in the concept, right? Section means dividing. Tri means 3. So I should divide my particular line segment into 3 equal parts. Yes, it is not necessary, right? It based upon the point, but I have to make 3 parts. Equal or not, it's next case, right? So if I take my particular point P, let me talk with respective to point P, how my particular point P is being divided. P ikkada ela divide chestundi AB line segment ni. P nunchi A ki 1 part unte P nunchi B ki 2 parts undi. So obviously there is not possible of making equal parts. Did you understand? Yeah. Similarly, I'll represent with other color here. See, what I am going to say is, if I talk with respective to point Q, Q nunchi maatladte, Q nunchi A ki enni parts? So this is first part, this is second part. So this is 2 and this is 1. So that means if I talk the how many number of parts it is making with respective to point P, it is making a 1:2 ratio. With respective to point P, it is making 1:2 ratio. With respective to the point Q, it is making 2:1 ratio. Did you understood? Yes. So now what I am going to do is, I need to find the particular points of trisections, which means I need to find P point as well as Q point. Those are nothing but points of trisection, right? P point, Q point, I should find out here, right? So let us solve the problem. I'll represent the diagram in different cases. So first one, let me take a first one. This is A, P and this is B, right? So it is making how many parts? 1:2. So my particular M:n will become 1:2. Correct. So what is M? M:n is nothing but 1:2. Yes. So as usual we are having, what are the points we are having? 3, -4. My first point is 3, -2. Right. And what is my second point? -3, -4. And obviously in the points of trisection, my particular point P is dividing internally, right? See, can you say this? Yes, it is being divided internally. Let's apply the internally formula. mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n, right? So we'll substitute all the values together, right? So m value is 1, right? So first as usual I will substitute m and n values. N value is 2. Similarly here 1 plus 2, 2 into bracket close. So now we'll apply x1 y1 and x2 y2 values together. So what is x1 and x2 here? This is x2 -3 and what is x1? +3. Correct. What is y2? Y2 is -4 and what is y1? It's -2. Correct. Now we will apply all the values and we'll simplify together, right? 1 into -3 is -3, plus 2 3s are 6 divided by 3 and this is -4 by 3. So what will be my points of intersection? Tell me, what is the points of intersection? -3 plus 6, which is 3. 3 by 3 is 1. 3 by 3 is 1. So what I am going to get? -4, which is how much? -8. Correct? Which is how much? -8 by 3. -8 by 3. So here we got one of the point is minus 3 plus 6 by 3 minus 4 by 3. Right? Can you see this? Observe this, whatever I have done till now, please look into it. So here we got 1 comma minus 8 by 3. Yes. So let's check with next question. So what is the next one? Yeah. So here this particular point of trisection is also making in terms of how this line, particular line is being divided. Mari Q to ela divide avutundi. Let me take A and B. This is my particular point Q. Q is being divided in 2:1 ratio. So my particular M is to N will become 2:1. So apply all the values. So apply in the value 2, 1, M plus N, 2 plus 1. Next, M by 2 in 2, 1, and this is also 2 plus 1. Correct? So as usual I am applying here. Let's see that. So now we'll apply the values x1, y1 and x2, y2. So what are x1 and y1? Apply those. What is x1 and x2? So here I have written here. See? What is x1, y1? This is 3 comma minus 2. This is minus 3 comma minus 4. So apply those values. What is x2? Which is minus 3. What is x1? Which is plus 3. Correct. What is y2? y2 is minus 4. What is y1? Which is minus 2. Yes. So apply all the values. 2 into minus 3 is minus 6 plus 3 by 3. Next, minus 8 minus 2 by 3. So what will be the answer then? Minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3 by 3. And this one, minus 8 minus 2 is minus 10 by 3. So what will be the answer? Cancelling, which will get minus 1 and minus 10 by 3. Can you see in the options? Yes, of course I can see in the options, which is option B. Correct? Q, if I talk with respect to my particular point Q, we are getting the point of Q is minus 1 comma minus 10 by 3. Whereas what is the point of P? What I got? 1 comma minus 8 by 3. Right? 1 comma minus 8 by 3. But if I talk about the first option, this is a wrong one. Right? Next, my particular option, yes, of course I got the point B as in the form of point Q. And option C, what is option C here? B and A. Obviously don't, right? Obviously don't. So it will be none option. I hope I am clear with it. Yes? Yes or no? Yes? Answer can be B, right? But if they ask both the points together, in that case it will be none. If they ask any one of these points, either P or Q, the points of intersection, in that case the answer will be option B. Clear? Yes? Can I get back to next question? Simply I have used the internally or externally formula. Right? Yeah. So let's begin the next problem. What is my next problem? Again, it is based on the same concept. The points of intersection, no, the points of trisection of the line joining the point, 1, 2 and 11, 9. So as usual, we'll draw two figures here. So again, what do you mean by trisection? A, B, I have to take any 2 points here, P, Q. P divides 1:2 ratio, whereas Q divides the line segment AB in 2:1 ratio. How this story is formed, already I have explained you in the previous question, right? So if you take 1 point, it will be taking 1:2 or 2:1. That will be the ratio of points of trisection. Clear? So let me solve the problem. Yeah, and that too, that particular points divide in internally form. Yes or no? So let's begin the problem by applying by writing the formula, internally formula, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Similarly, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Correct? Yeah. So we'll apply all the formulas, and what is m is to n in this? M is to n is equals to 1 is to 2. So we'll apply here 1 plus 2 divided by, so what is m? M is 1 plus n is 2, right? Similarly 1 plus 2 bracket close, m is 1 again and this is 2 again, right? So what is x2 here? What are the points which are given? First one is 1 comma 2, second one is 11 comma 9, correct? So this is x1 comma y1, see here, this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. Yes, so we'll apply all the values here. What is x2? 11. What is x1? 1. What is y2? 9. What is y1? 2. Correct, it's 2. So we'll simplify the values. 1 into 11, which is how much? 11 plus 2 divided by, what is 1 plus 2? 3. 1 plus 2? 3. Next, 1 9's 9 plus 2 2's 4 by 1 plus 2 is again 3. Right. So simplify it. 11 plus 2 is 13 upon 3 plus, and this is also we got same, right? 13 upon 3. So here you got 13 upon 3 by 13 upon 3. You can see in the first option, right? You can see in the first option. But let me check how this particular Q point is also being divided, the line segment AB, right? So let's draw the diagram. This is my A, B, and my particular point Q divides AB in the ratio 2 is to 1, correct? So my particular M is to N, this time it will become 2 is to 1 ratio, correct? So let's apply all the values in the section formula, internally formula, right? So what I am going to get? 2 into 1. So this is first, as usual, I will apply M and N values in the formula, divided by 2 plus 1. Similarly, this one also, 2 into 1 upon 2 plus 1. So if I write like this, you will not have any confusions first of all. So what is x2 and x1? As usual, 11 and, so what is x1? 1. Similarly, y2 and y1, 9 and 2. So let's simplify this problem. 2 11's 22 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 is again 3. This is 3 again. 18 plus 11 2's 22. Correct? 11 2's 22. So 22 plus 1 is how much? 23 by 3, and this is how much? 18 upon 22. So what I will get? 18 upon 22 is how much? 22 plus 18, which is 10 40, right? Which is 40 upon 3. Can you see here? You don't find 23 upon 3 and 40 upon 3, right? Yes or no? Even that is also a correct one only. Can you see here? Let's see here. Let's check once again my particular point Q to just verify. So 2 into 11, this is fine, right? Next one, 2 and 1 is fine. What is y2 here? Y2 is how much? 9. Y2 is 9 and y1 is how much? Y1 is nothing but, what is y1? See here, y1 is 2, correct? 2 18s and this is 1. This is 1, right? So, but here I have written 11, right? Just a minute. So this should be 18 plus 2, correct? So then it will become 20. Yes, now it will be clear. This should be 1. This n is 1, right? Yeah. So if you could have observed, I got the points of trisection P point as 13 by 3 and 13 by 3. And this one is 23 by 3 and 20 by 3. Can you see that in the options? No, right? This is minus 23 by 3. So this cannot be the option. Correct? Option A will be the answer. Just have a glance of the problem so that we'll be getting back to next question. Chalo. We'll be getting back to next question. So what is my next question? Tell me the ratio at which the line joining the points 3, 6 and 12, -3 is divided by x-axis. I told you this is very simple. If you are finding the ratio, which is getting joined by the line segment, okay, what are the points 3, 6 and -12, -3, right? 12, -3. How this thing is being divided on by the x-axis? So I told you the formula is -y1 is to y2. Already I have explained in the question. The formula is -y1 is to y2. So what is this? Is being x1 and y1, correct, and this is x2 and y2, correct, x2 and y2. So how this particular thing is being divided? 12, -3, and so what is y1 here? What is y1 here? -6. What is y2 here? -3. Cancel minus on both sides. Just do cancellation, but I cannot see -6, -3 in the options, right? So what I am going to do? Cancelling minus on both sides. 3 1s, 3 2s. So it will become 2:1. What will be the answer? It's option A. It's very simple. If the ratio is being divided by the x-axis, the formula is -y1 is to y2. If the ratio is being divided by the y-axis, it will be -x1 is to x2. I told you with the derivation part too, right? Yes. If anybody is not thorough with the formulas, I request you to watch the video, watch the previous video, concept video, and then only you have to come back to this, because in coordinate geometry we will have a lot of problems, lot of formulas, right? So once read all the formulas, write like a synopsis, like you just prepare your own notes, right? Whatever you understand, right? So that you will get back to one idea which formula I have to apply for particular question. Understood? Chalo, we'll get back to next one. Did you clear with this? Chalo then. Yes. My particular question. Next one. So what is this particular question is asking you? The ratio at which the line joining the points. What are the points here? So let me take the points are 12, -3, and the other point is 3, 6. Correct? 3, 6. So this particular thing is being divided by y-axis. If it is being divided with the y-axis, what is the formula? It is -x1 is to x2. -x1 is to x2. I'll highlight this. So what is -x1? This is x1, y1, right? And this is x2, y2. So what is -x1? -12 is to, what is x2 here? 3. So cancel off 3 1s, 3 4s. -12, 3 is not visible in the options, right? So that is the reason I'm just cancelling it, okay? I'm converting it into simplest form. So here I got -4 is to 1. So option D will be your answer, right? Look into the problem. We'll be getting back to next one. Chalo, we'll be getting back to next question here. So what is my next question here? Let's read out the question. Chalo. Yeah. The points whose coordinates are x is equal to x1 plus t into x2 minus x1. Here we are given with x is equal to x1 plus t into x2 minus x1 and y is equal to y1 plus t into y2 minus y1, right? These are the 2 points I am having here, right? Yes. So divides the joint, these 2 points, these 2 means x comma y, my particular point is being divided, the join of x1 y1 and x2 y2. Let's draw the figure. So this is my particular point in which these are coordinates of my point, right? So let me take x1 and y1 here, right? Similarly x2 and y2 here, right? This particular point is being divided p x comma y. What are x comma y of point P? These both are given here in the question, right? Those both are already given, right? So what are the things I have to see here? Yeah. So let me take first point is A and the second point is B. I told you in the conceptual video, if any particular point P divides AB in the ratio, how it will be dividing? x1 minus x is to x minus x2. This is the formula I have told you, right? Yes or no? If my particular, I repeat again, if any point P is being divided, the line segment joining A and B points x1 y1 and x2 y2, how it will be dividing? What is the ratio? x1 minus x is to x minus x2, correct? So we'll have A, this is equal to AP is to PB, right? AP is to PB. This is how it will be getting divided in the ratio. Chalo, so we'll apply in this, okay? So what is the thing I'm getting? x1 as usual I'll write as it is, x1 minus what is x point is given, I'll substitute the value of x in this formula. So what is x here? x1 plus t into x2 minus x1 bracket close whole divided by, ratio means I can write in this format too, right? So x, what is x? X again I have given with x is again, what is x minus x2? Just apply x1 minus, what is x here? x1 plus t into x2 minus x1 minus x2. So what I have done here, I am just applying the values, I am just substituting the values of x in the question. Can you see? Yeah. So simplify it. x1 minus x1, multiply with it. So this will be plus into minus minus, right? tx2 minus tx1. I am multiplying with t to eliminate the bracket. Next, x1 plus tx2 minus tx1, and this is as usual minus x2, right? So what I am going to do in the next step? Plus x1 minus x1 will be cancelled, right? These both will become cancelled. So multiply with minus. So what I am going to get? tx1 minus, the minus into minus plus. So tx1 minus tx2 divided by, what I am going to get here? See? So I will rearrange these both together, x1 minus x2 I will rearrange like that. I will take minus common from this. What I am going to get? Out of these two, if I will take minus common, minus t common, what I will have? I will have x1 and this is plus tx2. So minus into minus is plus, so I have to write minus here. So which will become x2, correct? So take t common, x1 minus x2, right? Bracket open, divided by x1 minus x2, take common here. What you are going to get? This is 1. Among this you got 1. So I have taken x1 minus x2, so it will be 1 minus t. Cancel x1 minus x2. So what you are going to have? Cancel this term and this term. You will be left over with t divided by 1 minus t. T divided by 1 minus t. Can you see here? Right? See? So what is the options from the figure? T divided by 1 minus t, which is option C. Which is option C. Look at the problem once, so that we'll be getting back to next question. Done, Amma? Can I get back to next one? Sure. Chalo. We'll be getting back to next. So what is my 15th question? The length of median through A of a triangle whose vertices are A minus 1 comma 3, B 1 comma minus 1 and C 5 comma 1 is how much? A very simple question. We have done even the similar model questions too, right? So let me take a triangle. A, B, C are the vertices of triangle. Next, what I am going to have? In A, I am having minus 1 comma 3. B, I am having 1 comma minus 1. C, I am having 5 comma 1. So how do you define a median? Median from A means I need to draw a line segment, okay, from the vertex A. how I need to construct that line segment? Whenever you are drawing a line segment through vertex A, it should exactly fall on the remaining two vertices and it acts like a midpoint, okay, of that line segment BC. So let me take this particular point is D. So first I need to find length of median through A. That means I have to find length of AD, correct? Length of AD. So how I am going to find here? AD means first I need to find the D vertex. How you are going to find? D is the midpoint of BC. So what is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2. So what is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. Correct? y1 plus y2 by 2. So what is x1 here? 1. What is x2 here? 5. So 1 plus 5 by 2 comma minus 1 plus 1. Correct? Minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Correct? 1 plus 5 is how much? 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And minus 1 plus 1 will become cancel. You got 3, 0 of D vertex. Right? 3, 0 as D vertex. So I need to find the length of AD here. Apply the distance formula. So what is distance formula? Tell me how we are going to find distance formula. Under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? So this is the distance formula. Highlight this, right? Yeah. So I'll substitute all the values x1, y1 and x2, y2 in order to find length of AD. Chalo. So how we are going to find? Under root, what is x1, y1? Minus 1 and 3. What is x2, y2? 3, 0. So x2 minus x1, 3 minus of minus 1 plus 1. So 3 plus 1. So I will apply here 3 minus of minus 1, 3 plus 1 whole square plus what is y2 minus y1? 0 minus 3 whole square. 0 minus 3 whole square. So 3 plus 1 whole square is 4 square, 16. 3 square, 0 minus 3 is nothing but how much? 0 minus 3 is nothing but 3. So 3 square is how much? 9. So root 16 plus 9 is root 25. Root 25 is 5 units. So can you say it in the options? Yeah. So it is option A. It's option A. So I hope everybody understood whatever the problems which we have discussed in the today's session. In the upcoming class, we will going to solve the next part of worksheet 3. Chalo, bye bye.